Hi everyone, wanting to do an end of April garden tour. So I came out, the sun was out today, it was lovely, and I got into the garden and started tidying everything up. So this is coming to an end. This is a rhododendron, had some lovely blooms on it, but I've been working on this part of the garden. Starting to all dry out now. I have hellebores here, heucheras, ferns. This is a saxifrage. It blooms later on. It loves the shade because this part of the garden here is mostly in shade. But believe it or not, I think a lot of the plants that I've got in here have adapted, because this is an azalea and it really does need sun. But being here, it doesn't get a lot of sun, and I think it's just adapted itself to the situation. So there's lots of buds on it. This is a fern called Brilliance. It's beautiful. These were cowslips. I've moved a penstemon further back in this bed to here. Leucogyms coming to an end now. Plans to move that elsewhere. Got Chocoholic Actia there. My new Acer called Shiraz. So I've been doing this. I need to put more compost down, because I don't think I'm doing any more here this year. I have some little alliums here, pretty little things. This is a choicer, and it's been blooming off and on most of the time through the seasons. It's been amazing, but I think it's because we had a mild winter here as well. Some heucheras coming into bloom, pulmonarias. This is a persicaria. It's my Brunnera, Jack Frost. Still in bloom. Look at that, beautiful. Beautiful little, it's not picking up the deep blue of these blooms. This is a shrub honeysuckle. Iris. Oh, sounds like a little scooter going by. This is a iris, yellow flowered. It didn't flower last year and it's just covered in buds this year. Polemonium, or variegated polemonium. Quince that I put in last year, it bloomed this year. So, work in progress here. And then we have rhododendron, variegated, that will have blue blooms on it. This is a Thalictrum, black stockings, because of the lovely black stems on it. That's about to bloom. You've got like feathery blooms on them when they come out. My mock orange, Philadelphus. I think I'm going to have to move this Acer because it looks like it's struggling now. We have a great tit, a male great tit, sleeping in here at night. This is the old rhododendron that was here. Well, it wasn't actually here, we moved it, but it's been here since we moved in the garden. That's starting to come into bloom. The old rose, it's got buds on it. There you go. Just starting to bud up. Epimediums, they were yellow. That's the new growth on it. And this is a bit of a star of the show in the garden at the moment. This is a Encore Azalea, a repeat flowering azalea. Pieris with the brand new leaf growth on it. Crab apples finished blooming. Hopefully we'll get some crab apples this year. Didn't have any last year. Oh, there's the tail end of the blooms, but obviously it was all covered in blooms this year. I think it was the wet weather did a lot. Unfortunately I missed this tree peony, gorgeous. This is a Ligularia. It's going to be huge, likes shade. This is a Heuchera. So I've still got a few plants to get in the ground. This is a lilac, starting to come into bud. Guillaumes to put in, lupins to put in. This is my hawthorn. I moved from one of the central beds to over here, give it plenty of room. Over here it can do what it likes. Still no blooms on it yet. My female holly. I think that's blooms starting to come on that, look, just there. Find it hard to focus. Peony here. And great news, the rowan has got little tiny blooms coming on it, flower blooms. First time. I think this is about 3 years old. I love the leaves on it. But after the blooms are finished later on in the year, it'll have orange berries on it. Lovely. Put in a couple of foxgloves. Don't seem to have been eaten very much by the slugs. Makes a change. This is my pussy willow. Got some Patty's plum poppies. Monty Don's got these in his garden, so what's good enough for Monty Don is good enough for me. Oh, there's a little bee on the Cotoneaster. My white camellia, obviously coming to an end. Need to tidy that up and give it a feed. It's looking very pale. Another variegated rhododendron, that's about to come into bloom. Lovely. So in this nest box, in fact I shouldn't stand too close, this has, I haven't quite counted them correctly, it's either 6 or 7 2.5-week-old great tit chicks, and so that's exciting. They've mostly got all of their feathers now. We have a camera inside that box and it's great that we can watch them grow and leave the nest box. Sambuca going into leaf. This little pink plant at the back over there is called red campion, even though they're pink. Great for the insects. This is a Lamium orvala. I know it looks like a nettle, but it's not. Great for the pollinators. Got some blooms still to come out. Oh, there it is. You see it? They're lovely, aren't they? They're like mini foxglove flowers. This pulmonaria is finished blooming. Got to tidy it up. Another saxifrage. I think it'll get too much sun down here, this saxifrage, but hey. Viburnum Kilimanjaro that I moved from the garage end down to here to give it more sun. That's getting its blooms on it, little white blooms. And this is the star of the show down here. This is Angelica gigas, and it's a biennial, so it leafed out last year, but it didn't flower. So this is its second year, and it's about to flower. Got lots of little flower buds on it. Yeah. And that'll seed itself. Hopefully I'll be able to collect some of the seedlings from it next year and put some more of it in the garden at the back here. I've got another row in here. This is just a baby, and this one will have red berries on it. This is the male holly. It's got some flower buds on it. My hellebores are finished. It's like a forest of hellebore leaves, and that is a Spanish bluebell. So there's a lady's mantle coming up. Some Aquilegia to put in. Granny's bonnet. Eucharaz, witch hazel. This is a yellow flowered one. My snake's head fritillary, they're all finished. I'm hoping that they will spread around the garden. They were gorgeous. Cotoneaster. Seems like my evergreens need a bit of a feed. They're looking a bit pale. Spirea, beautiful colour. Peony again, and I think this has got damage. This is an Aquilegia, a lovely one. I think it's got damage with the sun today because it looks a bit burnt. I got rid of a dead shrub here. These are my sunflowers that have grown. Don't laugh. I put them out in the garden today. They need to go in the ground because these are giant ones. Pieris. So I've also been working on this bed. There's a little robin down there. He's been following us around. He's gone. It's a viburnum, Edgeworthia, Daphne. Daphne called Pink Fragrance. That should bloom, it says, until the end of the summer. It smells gorgeous. There he is. Keeps following us around the garden. Gets really close. We've got to sell a juicy piece of worm, I think. Okay, so I've been working on this bed. My bird feeder. This is another Persicaria. That'll have spikes of red flowers later on. This is a Veronica Tissington White. So this gets full sun, this bed, and then sort of 2:30, the oak tree, which is now getting its leaves on it, will shade it later on in the afternoon. So I'm working on this one. I've left all my stuff out. And hose, spades and forks. this one will be the next one that I deal with. So this is my Viburnum Charles Lamont, which was covered in blooms this year, and really strong perfume off of the blooms. I've got a lot to do, got a lot of plants still to put in. A Cotoneaster, I love my Cotoneaster because the blackbirds love the berries of it in the autumn. So that'll be coming into flower soon, I think. Can't see any blooms starting on it yet. Some new leaf growth. So that's a witch hazel. I've got so much to do, but I'll show you this peony covered in buds. Probably be out in the next week. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous. My red camellia's finished. A couple of blooms left on it. But obviously the fence has been sort of fixed. Got a bit of a post there propping it up. And husband put 2 wooden braces on it. But it's not fixed properly really. But it'll do. As long as it's not on my plants. So that's it for tonight really. Can't think of anything else to say at the moment. Those plants coming up are called Veronicastrums and they're gorgeous. They come up later on in the year and the bees, pollinators love it. So there you go. Oh, that's an aster. I put that in last year. It's a Geon. Shouldn't really be blooming because it doesn't get a lot of sun here, but hey, put it in, give it a try, it might work. A tiny little weak peony there. More foxgloves, more plants knocked over with the wind today. It was very windy today, but the sun was out. Okay, that's it for tonight. Last look at the cherry plum in all its colourful glory, but I need to thin it out a bit. It's very congested in the middle. So there you go. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.